everyone, my name's Kristen. I also go by Ms.Filmingo and welcome to today's video. Today I'm happy to share my interviews with Lumi Pollack, who is the star of Autumn and the Black Jaguar, along with director Gilles de Maistre. And before we jump into our interviews, let me give you all a quick rundown of the film. Growing up in the Amazon rainforest gave Autumn, played by Lumi Pollack, the rarest of friendships, a lost jaguar cub she discovers named Hope. When a tragic event forces Autumn to leave Hope for the unknowns of New York City, she dreams for years of going back to the rainforest and her friend. Aged 14, and having grown accustomed to city life, Autumn discovers her childhood village is under threat from animal traffickers and decides she must return to the Amazon to her beloved jaguar. Anja, played by Emily Bett Rickards, Autumn's endearingly clumsy biology teacher, unsuccessfully tries to dissuade her from this reckless plan. Joined by Anja, Autumn embarks on a journey to reunite with Hope and save her from those who seek to destroy the rainforest and its wildlife. Now that you all know about the film, let's go cut over to my interviews. First up, it will be Lumi, followed by Gilles. So, this is your first big role. What got you into acting?
I've always loved being in theater on screen. A lot of my family are actors. So I've always kind of just loved it. And I kind of had to beg my parents to do it because they were kind of scared of me being, like ruining my childhood with just like being on screen the entire time.
Yeah.
But yeah, once I finally convinced them, I immediately got started with filming. So it just happened really fast.
Well, that's wonderful. So, taking you also back to the time when you auditioned for this movie, were you kind of feeling nervous or were you feeling very confident?
I think I felt pretty confident in my skills, and also it was just like a crazy long audition process that I was a little bit nervous, but I thought like whatever comes to me was like meant for me, and yeah.
Wonderful. Well, I'm glad that you had that confidence going into this project. So, this movie involves jaguars. We have to talk about the jaguars. So, can you discuss what it was like being in this experience and working with them?
It was just such a unique experience, something that I hold dear to my heart for so long. Working with them was just so amazing, and we got to like actually have that real bond that I could show on screen. Working with them was just so amazing. I love animals, so having jaguars with me was just crazy and amazing.
I bet you never experienced working with jaguars in your life, and especially at a young age. If you didn't get to work with a jaguar, what other exotic animal would you have loved to work with one day?
I love pandas, honestly.
Pandas are adorable.
Yeah, lions are also just amazing. I had worked with the baby lions as part of my audition process to see like how I dealt with kind of the wild animals, and they were just so sweet and amazing. I guess obviously they're dangerous.
Yes.
Yeah, honestly, I just love animals so much.
Me too. I'm a big animal person. So, without also giving too much away about this film, is there a scene that you enjoyed most filming?
Yeah, that's a really hard question because I think I enjoyed every single scene in their own way, but there is this one scene where I'm in this like cenote kind of pond area with Hope, and it was just such an incredible day on set because it was just so quiet and it was like a little moment of peace between me and Hope, and she was just being so sweet and swimming around. And I just remember the footage being so amazing, and all the crew was just like completely silent, just like watching the screen and seeing it in the final cut was just really great. And also all the scenes I filmed with Emily, who plays Anja. She just made every day on set so fun.
You two had a really great connection, and I loved that scene you were talking about. There was something so special about that moment, and I hope audiences get to see that when they check out the film. I thought you portrayed Autumn very beautifully. You are just a superstar. And I had to ask you, has Autumn inspired you in any way at all?
Oh, 100%. I think she's just so determined and wise and kind of above her years. She's very informed on like the Amazon deforestation and everything. She's kind of gotten me to um like for myself to look at that part of the world and like try to inform myself more. And I think she's just like so amazing and I admire her.
I do. She's very outspoken, that's for sure. And I love that she also, just like in your audition, you felt very confident. Autumn was very confident in everything that what she does. So again, you did a really incredible job portraying her. So what was it like also working with the director for this project?
Oh, Gilles, I love him so much. I mean, it's kind of a unique experience getting to know your director for a year before even working
Yeah,
with him professionally. So, I mean, I'd gotten to know his family, his wife, who was also the writer. She did an amazing job.
yeah.
Yeah, and it was cool to see him switch from, being like not my friend, but like being working with him to like switching into director mode. And yeah, he's very talented.
Definitely so. So, what did you learn from this experience as well, besides learning about deforestation, working with animals? What did you learn about yourself?
I think I learned a lot of grit, honestly. I mean, it's very different than my other filming experiences with being in LA and going to the jungle and being bitten by so many mosquitoes.
Yes.
Taught me to be thankful for being comfortable with my other roles, and it just taught me to, you know, have some grit and be determined.
So, where do you see yourself 10 years as an actress? Because I was exploring and looking at the press notes, but you also do a lot of music. Where do you see yourself even as a musician or an actress 10 years from now?
I think it would be great to incorporate more of my music side into my acting side, which I am going to be doing next. But I also
Wonderful.
love writing, honestly, and hopefully directing. I kind of like also being behind the camera, even when I'm not in the scenes. I also learned so much from this project, being able to spend so much time with the crew, and like I even did some camera work and got to see like all the stuff behind the scenes. So I think maybe in 10 years I could try to do more of that, maybe like producing and stuff.
I enjoyed the film very much, very wholesome, perfect for families. Thank you so much for your time. It was so lovely to speak with you, and you have a bright future for yourself. So I will say congratulations on all the hard work on the film.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Totally see a lot
You
of ins.
enjoyed it. It's cool because it's the purpose is to make people be happy.
Yeah, I felt very happy watching it. And I want to get to know you as a person, know you as an artist. Why did you want to become a filmmaker?
Pff, it's such a long time ago. Uh, but I think I mean I like to tell stories, and I think today to tell good stories and fairy tale, camera is and movies are a good way, and it's a good way to speak to people. And so I wanted to, yeah, to tell stories to people, and maybe to send through those stories some messages, little messages.
Yeah, because you have some great messages in this film because this movie looks at the injustice, inequalities, oppression, and crime. Why are those themes important to you to explore in your filmmaking and your storytelling?
Yeah, but I have 6 kids.
Oh my goodness.
And I don't know if I'm very good as a father, but I mean, I try with those movies, and my wife is writing scripts, so we try to speak to them and to give them positive things because I think in our movie we are very positive. I mean, which means when you have a friend, you have to protect him. If you can do, if you think something is not just, you can fight and you can win. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of things that the world is beautiful and you have to fight for it. A lot of things like that we want to say to tell to our kids, and we use movies to speak to them about that.
Well, that's wonderful. And I would have to say, when I was doing my research about the film and I was getting to know you more as a filmmaker, I noticed you and your wife, work together on all this stuff. So, what makes you and your wife great collaborators?
But we love each other.
Oh,
And I think but we share those kids, and as I told
yeah,
you, we want to speak to them, and I think movies are a good way to speak to people, and
yeah.
and uh, and But we have a connection on the same ideas, and uh, and we think that if we show people beautiful things and that the world and the animals are beautiful, we are going to make them happy to fight for that. And
Right.
so, you know, and so that's we are on the same page with that. And well, we're happy because we travel together, we bring the
Yeah.
kids with us, and we
Oh my goodness, you
share.
bring the kids? That's quite impressive. Like it's like a whole family like
Yeah,
adventure then.
it's a family adventure, and we so Autumn and the Black Jaguar was shooted in Mexico, and so we all went to Mexico. We spent 1 year there, and they went to school there, and
Oh
so
my
it's like
gosh.
yeah, and so it's you know when Prune is writing the scripts, she reads the script to the kids, she speaks about the story, she asks them their opinions, and after when we shoot, they come on the set. Uh, but I mean, they participate. They
Yeah.
the first editing, and so they participate to the process.
Yeah, that's a
So
whole
it's a family adventure. It's
it's a
it's really
definitely a familiar adventure. And I didn't realize this, but you worked on documentaries before working on your narrative pieces. So is there something that you enjoy doing more over the years now, documentary or narrative pieces?
I mean, I enjoyed every period of my life, but it's also always interesting to evaluate and to change. And I did a lot of documentaries, very complicated documentaries. I went to war zone, to place where people are suffering a lot, and I
Hmm.
feel that a lot. But it was a long time ago, and I think when you bring that to the audience, they are very touched by such stories, documentaries. But what can you do against war, against
Yeah.
hunger, against people suffering? You can do not much. And so my evaluation is really to make movies um, where I tell emotional stories, and after with emotional stories and with entertaining stories with little message behind. Maybe it's easy to make people react and maybe do something to change the world. So it's a better way, I think, to speak to people.
So I want to bring up the fact because I love that you talked about changing the world. Our main character in the film, Autumn, is a wonderful, beautiful character that you show in the film. And she talks about, wanting to make a difference for this beautiful Jaguar's life. And how did you bring this character of Autumn together? Talk about, like, the casting of Autumn, if you can, and everything that went into building the movie.
Well, we get inspired by some kids who are a little bit like that, and kids, um, real kids or stories like maybe the story of Mowgli,
Yeah,
uh, which was raised in the middle of the jungle with a lot of animals, which is the case of Autumn. And so this bond created with animals, well, in Mowgli it's fiction, but
yeah,
that's inspired us. But we also were inspired by a story, but maybe you don't know this story. A little girl called Tipi, and she was raised in Africa, and she was connected to a leopard, not a jaguar, but a leopard. It's not far, and so and it's like kind of wild children, very connected to nature, very happy in the wild. And we wanted to portray such a character, and I think it's really Autumn in the movie. But after she was just put back in the city in New York, and she's like in jail in the
hmm
city, and she when she hear that her jaguar is in danger, she just run to the jungle back and to try to save her. So I think it's an interesting character that we can find in a lot of story for kids.
Right, yeah. And can you talk about the casting process of Lumi?
Yeah, but it's first it's a classic process. I mean,
Yeah.
auditions and a lot of kids. Maybe I think we saw 300 kids, something
Oh
like
my
that.
gosh. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of kids, and after we choose some, and after we really have to test them with animals.
Hmm.
So we bring them to little lion cub to see how they react and to see which one would be able to really connect to an animal. And Lumi was fantastic, and uh, and so we decided to choose Lumi. She was really a good actress, and she easily connected to the lion.
Yeah, I saw her on Friday and she spoke about that and she really
Oh, you
loved
saw
that
her.
experience. Yeah, and she talked about connecting with that lion. And then just from there, from her experience, she loved, you could tell from how passionate she was starring in this film. How much research did you conduct? Because I'm sure you looked into a lot of like different articles and everything around the world that surrounds it. Did you do a lot of research?
Yeah, we do a lot of research, but especially Prune. Prune, when she write the script, she read everything about jaguars, about the Indians of Amazonia, about Amazonia, about look, she watched documentaries, I mean movies, everything. So and we try to yeah, it's a comedy. The movie is it's a comedy, but we try to be very close from the reality also
Right.
when we speak about the things. So yeah, the forest is really in danger.
Yeah.
The jaguar, which is the symbol of this forest, and the predator of this forest is really in danger. There is less and less jaguar, and so it's important also to protect our planet because we don't have any planet B.
Yeah, but there's no Planet B. And I have to say, this is a great film for a lot of families to enjoy. Very well done. And I cannot wait to see what you do next. May I ask my final question? What is next for you as a filmmaker?
I hope you will see Moon the panda that we shoot in China with real panda and kids. And I mean, it's a new, unique movie because what we did, it's really never done, and we could really do this movie with panda and a great adventure with the panda and the kid.
That's going to wrap up today's video. And make sure you check out Autumn and the Black Jaguar out in theaters starting January 17th. That's going to wrap up today's video. Make sure you like, comment, and share this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel so I can bring you more interviews like this in the future. Don't forget to follow me on social media. The links are provided down below, and I will see you all next time. Bye!